This is DropTent Media Network.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is comedian Neil Wood and
Adam Nutter.
We can't do it like that. You have to sound like a human being. This cut, that's insane. Because I'm realizing how little you're talking.
Adam Nutter.
I could just take, if you just want me to, honestly, you know what we need to do is we just need to get that clean.
Adam Nutter.
And then I'll just pop it in wherever I need to. But
Adam Nutter. Let's do that.
Come listen to the Cult of Us podcast. That's our promo.
Adam Nutter.
A DropTent Media Network podcast. Go to droptent.com or search Cult of Us podcast on your favorite podcast platform.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Primiano.
And I'm Dan D'Aprile, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news. Hey, everybody! Happy baseball day! Yeah, we're so excited. We're talking about it when the cameras roll up. First of all, I do have to say hearty apologies to Major League Baseball. We did not intend to run this episode of our live podcast against Game 7 of the Phillies Diamondbacks series. However, hopefully you'll be able to catch the game on a rerun after you've watched this.
The important innings will still be there when we're done.
Yeah, exactly. We have amazing guests. You're going to be glad that you chose us over baseball. However, because we have two fantastic guests tonight. Dave, do you want to introduce them?
Obviously. All right.
Yes, it's you. And
we have
you.
Podcasting royalty here.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. You have way more to rail off. So the Real Chills podcast, the host, we've had her on before. The guest's so nice. We've had her twice.
Our very first returning guest. Thank you so much for coming.
In studio. Technically, Eppolite got a second.
Oh, that's right. True. Because she was there for our live show. Eppolite Laval, very, very funny comic. She was on our live episode, our recorded live episode, and then we had her in the studio. But you are the first returning studio
here twice. Great.
That's right.
The first that went out of your way.
Honor.
Yeah.
It was fine.
All right. So I don't know crossover episode. First of all, you may know him from the hit 11 viewed episode.
Hit? Yeah. Is it the word we're going to use?
The Rank Bank.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was confused when you were like, I can't have you on right away because people will get it mixed up with the other show. And we're like,
good. We got
who is gonna get it mixed up? Which of our 3 listeners are gonna be like, wait, are you doing that one too?
We had to get our footing underneath us. You're also the Feel Feelings podcast.
Yes.
Blanketing covers.
That's right.
And is there a fourth? You sound like you're anticipating another.
I do regularly participate in Eric Todd's Charles Bronson podcast.
Okay.
This week in Charles Bronson.
This week in Charles Bronson.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Is it all okay? I never listened to that.
What is that about?
All about Charles Bronson?
It's grown since its original idea, but the original idea was you pick a Charles Bronson movie and then you kind of tell pop culture history through the lens of that movie. Like, this came out on this Friday. Here's what was on TV. Here's what other movies were out. Here's what the Billboard charts were. And then you just kind of talk about the movie on top of it.
But you said ominously, it's grown. So what are you doing now?
Interviewed a bunch of aging B-list celebrities.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Who, to this point, have all been fantastic. We got some weird ones too, where Richard Fleischer, who directed a bunch of the movies, is the son of Max Fleischer, who made all the classic cartoons.
Right.
And then we interviewed the next generation who has not made anything cool. So that's cool. Yeah. And we also interviewed the guy's son-in-law.
Nice.
Why not?
Yeah.
Charles Bronson's?
No, Richard Fleischer.
Okay.
He made a movie.
That's cool.
Hey, fucking A.
That's awesome.
More than I've made. Oh, yeah. And you're also going to be a fellow voice actor in the upcoming Neil Carroll. Are you going to?
I need to respond, but I am as well.
Okay.
There's a voice actor in what?
I said I was going to be a few episodes ago. I said I was asked to voice act in a cartoon.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I don't
and
remember.
You're going to help.
I'll be in that too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is the name of this cartoon?
I don't remember.
Nah, it's okay. He didn't either.
Something America.
I don't remember if we're supposed to say it yet.
Oh, you guys are violating your NDAs here live.
If it's anything like any project I've ever been involved in, it'll die well before it's actually a thing.
Neil and I have talked about this a bunch of times, and we're moving in a direction compared to most projects we've ever talked about, where we stop it talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. There's movement. And
Yeah.
that's something.
Sweet. All right.
Another fact that our guests might not know about our current guests, you guys are special friends.
What do you mean?
Are you
right.
his mom? What is this? Are you uncomfortable with the fact that we're dating?
Please
I
explain
just
that.
wanted to say it. I just wanted to
Well,
say it in a
because-
silly way.
Well, because you guys are cousins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this is a fun.
Cousins and siblings.
This is a fun fact. You guys are dating. You guys have very, very similar surnames, but not the exact surname. But
It's not the same.
they're both pronounced.
It's
the same,
different.
right? It's pronounced Getz, right? For
Yeah.
both of you,
Well,
right?
there
But
is a-
spelled
Would it be
different.
less weird if it wasn't? Like if
Yes.
mine was Goetz?
Yes, it would be less.
Because
yeah.
there was a character in the newest Final Fantasy game that had his name was the spelling of your last name, but he went by Goetz.
That's right.
Would
There
you
we go.
rather be Meg Goetz?
No, I'd rather do incest.
Changes need to be
I
made.
prefer, the incest.
Also, this is the third couple we've asked to be on our podcast, which means we are back to over 500 for
Yes.
couples being together still.
All
when I asked them
right.
to be on the
Wow.
This is a kiss of death. Are we gonna break up?
No. We've asked
No,
two
they've
couples
broken up
before you.
before.
Yeah. One
Before.
couple was not together anymore
By the
when I
time we
asked
Do
them.
they still do the show?
No.
Oh,
That would've been so
that
cool.
would've ruled.
Air it out.
You could have
They
like gotten
probably-
into.
yeah.
I
We
would
haven't moved to
watch,
the
yeah.
Jerry Springer part of this podcast yet. That
Yeah.
phase is part of our
You
forward.
sort of have your
movement.
final thoughts.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Dave kind of looks like Steve a little bit
Yeah.
if you squint.
Yeah. I mean, all the muscles are
Yeah.
whatever. So Halloween, you're okay. So what's your window for how long Halloween should be celebrated?
I celebrate spooky stuff year round, so
That's
I'm
true.
not good. I used to decorate in August,
Yeah.
and Dan would get upset.
When we first
So-
started dating, it was like, fine, do what you want. But now I'm like, I love summer. This needs to stop.
Right, because you're like a baseball fan. You're like a boy
Yeah.
of summer, right?
Like,
You
I
don't-
work in schools and stuff too. So like summer for me is still summer. Like it still means something. And then she's like, no, I'm gonna put the pumpkins up now. Is
I
that
hate
okay?
summer. I want it to end as fast as possible.
Agreed.
So yeah,
Yeah, because you guys are indoor kids, right?
I-
So, yeah, you are.
I like hoodies, so I could.
I love hoodies.
Yeah, it's when I let myself go.
You're just cozy then. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that must be difficult because right, you're the summer, like Halloween people want it to start as early as they possibly can.
Oh, yeah.
And summer people never want summer to die.
I'm loving
and,
this.
like,
Can we
there's-
talk about all of our fights?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the whole reason we get the
It's
couples
not
on here.
dairy
Yeah.
notes. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So
Sorry,
what do
sorry,
you
you're
think
saying?
the window for Halloween costume wearing? What's the window of dates that should be able to be from?
I don't care if it starts in September, but it has to end in November. Like
Oh.
it can't go November 1st. Like if it's it's fall now. September is fall, even if it's not technically summer, summer's over, whatever.
Okay.
But November, that's too much. And we're just going too far.
Right, we're deep into holiday.
We're
general
starting
holiday season.
transitioning to other holidays that we'll quickly ignore. Like let's do it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, so this year it can't be a weekend after Halloween. It has to be this Saturday or
See,
bust.
I don't like it because it's what, like the 4th? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's
too
late.
far. Like if it was like a Halloween Thursday, like fine, have the party on the 2nd, whatever.
Okay,
Right.
but Tuesday
But,
too early.
4th and 5th is it's too much.
This is like the perfect setup though for people who love Halloween because you can logically argue like, no, we have to do it the weekend after the holiday, so you can push that Halloween holiday as
Yeah.
far as you can.
Yeah.
And
And
we're
that's how
going
you
to.
stretch it and stretch it. And stretch it. Well, we did it in November last year. What was the problem?
Yeah.
Well, you're doing your show next weekend. We can plug it. The Ghosted,
Oh yeah, we're doing
A week
Ghosted
from
for
today.
Halloween.
Yeah.
A Tuesday, yeah.
which is actual
On
Halloween.
actual Halloween.
That's
I'm
great.
saying that started as a Halloween themed show, but you've made it year round now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And he's my co-host, so I don't know why he's complaining about spooky things.
That's true. I wasn't a co-host when it was a seasonal show.
Well, we were ghostwriters for each other on the last one I was
That
on.
was so fun.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
that's when I found out you are basically illiterate.
I have gotten better. We went on tour and I had to read a set that Meg wrote for me every night, and I have gotten better.
All right.
But yeah, that one was not my best.
And then for the listeners, just to go over Ghosted, the premise of the show is that another comic writes all of the jokes that you're going to be doing, right?
No,
so
is
you
that-
do some of your own to start.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then a comic that is usually your best friend in comedy will write jokes that you've never seen
Aw.
before.
You know,
Yeah,
right?
I know. And
That's
then
why
you
we
read it.
that's why we wrote that one time to like.
Yeah,
cover
but
it.
he's got a
Yeah.
new best friend in comedy now, Dave, and
I
she's writing
want
jokes
my-
for him now. So I'm sorry.
Am I
Yeah, it
pitting,
better
am I
be your
pitting
best friend
dance
in
against each
comedy.
other?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this must feel a little weird for you. It's the collision of Dans, of podcasting Dans here.
It's only confusing for one person. That show barely existed, as much fun as it was.
The Rank Bank was a good one too. But Ghosted, I want to hear more about this. So you wrote jokes for Dan.
Yeah, and Dan wrote jokes for me.
Okay, which one of you?
Oh,
really
Dan wrote a way better set for me.
I wrote him a time traveling set where he just had to make jokes about a bunch of atrocities.
Nice.
It was very fun.
That
Yeah.
was
I
actually
think that's
Neil Carroll actually helped me with that one. I sent him the one joke and he's like, that kind of works. Just put it in a time machine and you can do a whole ton of those. And I was like, you know what? That's genius.
that's actually on our Instagram, Ghosted
Yeah.
Comedy show. So go check it out.
That's awesome.
Ghosted, yeah.
And that show's on the road now, right? You guys have gone all over the place
Yeah.
with that one. That's really cool.
Yeah, we toured New England this summer and did really well.
It was really fun. New England's
weird.
really
It was
fun. New
cool.
England is just like
Oh,
Philly.
yeah.
It's exactly the same as Philly.
Yeah.
Ours was kind of closer to Pittsburgh, wasn't it? And now that I'm thinking about it,
No,
No, we
you
were about-
made
we were
me
about
miss
to
an Eagles playoff game.
We have that, like
Ah.
if they make it, we might be doing Ghosted during a World Series.
Oh yeah,
wow.
it is game 4 of the World Series. Whether they're in it or not, I don't want to say anything to jinx things
Right,
too,
Not saying
fine.
too early
that I'm
in the
rooting
day,
for
but
anything.
it will be game 4 of the World Series. So
Oh wow.
you know, whatever. It's
Yeah.
fine.
My girlfriend and I we have plans. I'm at Wisecrackers this weekend.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and
love
she has always been she's been wanting to go up and just see the casino and come up for the weekend. But she told me, a couple weeks ago, if the Phils get into the World Series, I'm not gonna come. I'm gonna hang out with my friends and watch the World Series. Totally understandable. But I'm like, this game tonight sets my plans for the weekend.
Yeah.
Like I can't even know what the fuck I'm doing this weekend
Yeah.
until the end of the game tonight. So it's I'm happy. I want to go with her. I'm okay if she doesn't go, but I just want to fucking know.
Right.
So it's like
It
when the
extra
Phillies,
matters.
yeah, when the Phillies choked it away yesterday, I was like, why are you doing this to me, Phillies? I need to know what I'm doing this weekend.
I just
Choked it
wanted to
away.
win,
That was a
like-
lost from wire to wire.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was
I want them to
brutal.
win handedly today, just so it's like we could have done it yesterday. We just wanted to put you through it.
Right. We're just helping Major League Baseball out with the
Yeah.
ratings a little bit.
Schrodinger's game right now, right? Or
Right. We
whatever.
don't know how it's going.
It's taking everything to not look. Like I have my phone because I have jokes for later, but it's taking everything to not just
I didn't
grab it
bring
and go.
jokes.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
So
But
I
the
get
viewers
checked
at
out.
home should look to see if you slowly die inside when you pull
Oh,
your
yeah.
phone out to read your jokes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look. It'll be as the show's closing. I'll be like,
Right. The viewers at home will have delightful. They'll be in the future by the time they
Yeah.
watch this, and they'll know
Right,
what
they'll
happens.
know.
So
yeah.
they'll get to see your joy and or pain. This is real. This is real emotion we have here on the
Yeah.
Weekday Comics.
Sorry. There's one fun thing. This is a live podcast. If you want to check out Ghosted, all the info is in the description. So if you want to just copy that link and stuff like that,
nice.
go over and check out their page.
Great
Thank you,
job.
Neil. I appreciate that, and that very much makes up for the fact that it sounded like we were in the Titanic submarine last week.
Oh man,
no.
we almost went without making fun of him. for
That's
that.
right. Yeah, your help actually reminded me
Yeah.
that we had to bring that up.
I don't-
Our episode was if you plugged in a tomato can on a string to your computer, it probably sounded great last week.
Yeah.
Well, since we're throwing plugs out there, if you want to watch entire Ghosted shows, not just the clips, on the Real Chills Patreon, there are full shows.
Okay. Wow.
This
Every-
is why I need Dan. 'Cause I
Every
don't-
joke from
I don't
every
do it.
from every show. The New England stuff isn't up there yet, but it's going. So
This is why you need Dan, because this motherfucker will walk into someone else's podcast and hawk your Patreon.
Yeah.
The balls on this guy. No, that's awesome.
somebody is the producer of that show.
No, that's awesome. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And so it's all the live shows
Yeah,
recorded.
the full set's unedited.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do we what would we offer as a Patreon? What would our Patreon perks be? We
Let's
don't
just
have-
fucking air her
Yeah.
show too.
But
yeah, we're gonna air the Real Chills live show.
We could air our own comedy show, but I mean, we'd
Yeah.
only have a Patreon every like 2 times a month.
We'd have to
Yeah.
constantly refund people. Like, we'll get you next month. We'll
Yeah.
have something for you next month.
Maybe I'll get a guest spot somewhere.
Yeah, your Patreon would just be like a mailing list for all my show flyers. Be like, you can come see me live here.
the art's cool, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's weird with a Patreon because subscribers like with podcasts, they don't always live in Philly. So like I have like a bunch of people that are like, we love you, and then I'm like, come to Philly, and they're like, we're very far away.
Absolutely not.
We're in Iowa. If you ever want to come to Iowa.
Yeah, I bring this up a lot, but we actually have a large fan base in Germany.
Oh,
so
really?
we know as
Oh.
well. Yeah, what it's
Yeah,
like.
it's the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
right.
like
Come
My-
to Philly.
Flat-
My,
Yeah, yeah, right.
my self-loathing Jew act is really popular over there.
Oh, weird! You just lost your whole German audience.
yeah. Huh? What?
Oh, they know. I complain about the Orthodoxes on my street from time to time. They're the real.
He can
Is
say
it?
He's
That's
allowed.
true. He's
I mean, those are like, those are the real Jews. Those are like,
oh,
they probably look at me
sorry.
with just as much disgust.
Joey Callahan commented, "Hi Joey, you're so funny. I
Hey,
miss
Joey.
you."
Hey,
We
Hi,
should
Joe.
do Wisecrackers again soon. He's
Yeah.
really funny, Joey Callahan. Anyway, back to your podcast.
wait, how do you? Oh, you get to see the
I
comment.
He
can
gets to
see
see shit
it.
that we don't even see now. We have
which
a new
is good
setup.
because they're about me. So
You're
Hey,
the money.
You're,
You're,
right. You're the draw.
you're
Look
the
how
Meg
funny
gets
I
money.
am.
So are all of your podcasts still going? I mean, aside from the Rank Bank, which we probably will have an end of year
It's
special.
not done.
Okay. No,
It's just
2023
dormant.
has been a good year. I want to talk 2020. I mean, media wise.
I have interesting takes on the movies. I have not taken in much other media, but there are a few movies where I'm like, I need to talk about this movie. So yes, we need to do the
All right.
year-end one.
For
But,
our
yeah,
viewers,
the other stuff is gone.
I just want to say for the few people who are watching this episode, not because they're fans of the Rank Bank and don't know what the Rank Bank is, we may have discussed it before, but the Rank Bank is a great podcast that Dave and Dan used to host. No, I'm sorry.
No,
still.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
It's the
Still-
going concern.
that's right.
Still continue
We
to host.
still like to throw ideas at each other and then just ignore
Yeah.
them later on. I still have 8 Mel Brooks movies to watch.
I've seen all of those. My list is ready.
But-
Some of them are garbage.
but you guys rank anything. That's your
Yes.
special ability or special talent. When your minds come together, you literally can rank any subject or object
Yeah, we
series of
started with
objects.
team names. Baseball is the first one. I guess who I gave number 1 to.
What was that?
I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember who got overall number
Yeah.
1 because Meg was the guest on that.
Yeah,
But I've had the Diamondbacks as number 1 team
You
name in
son of a
baseball.
bitch.
wow.
I remember hating it, but I don't know. Maybe that's just my
First-
recency bias.
It's an
Kicking it.
animal that's a native to the area it is.
Mhm.
It's a
Arizona
it's
is
a
good for
threatening
that.
it's a threatening animal
True.
sound, and
Yeah.
it also has a baseball term in the title.
How do
Yeah.
It
you
is the
remember?
perfect because I remember my number 1s.
I don't
Yeah.
remember the number one. that
You
I-
remembers
think-
everyone number one you ever
Miami
ranked.
might have won.
What was your number one letter? They ranked letters.
Ooh.
That's-
Do you
Yeah,
remember?
I don't remember.
She wasn't on the episode.
I know.
That
but
was everyone's
but-
favorite episode.
Do
though.
you
It's
remember?
not my,
Yes,
I
I
wouldn't
do
listen to
remember.
the episode, but I do want to know what's number one.
I remember because when I told her, she was like, "Ha ha, it's M."
Oh, it is M.
I remember my
Number
last.
one letter, baby.
You were right. That's exactly the noise
know
she
it.
made. Wow.
Yeah, we've lived together for a long time.
I know I ranked
Heck yeah.
Q last for QAnon for
'Cause it-
starters,
Okay.
and
It's
also it can't even
can't
stand
hold
on its own.
itself
It needs a fucking U.
Weak ass
Okay,
letter.
maybe I
Yeah.
should listen to it. That is a really funny reason.
Q is
Shout out to
X
Kirk Griffiths for
maybe?
putting that one
Yeah.
together for
That,
us.
that's
He
amazing.
came
we-
through with that great idea.
Yeah.
Well,
X
yeah.
might have been the best
Can't
one. I
even hold
think.
it.
X rules.
X is a
X is
great
cool.
fucking.
So why is
one.
It's
that
a little
number
try
one?
hard.
I didn't put M as number 1.
It's a product of rankings because it's
Oh,
it's a
it just-
weighted
it was-
system
got
and
it.
everything just kind of
Which
goes
threw me
in.
when I did your thing because I didn't realize how the weiting system worked,
You
which
were-
is fine.
we all had
we
three
did
different
zombie movies.
zombie movies,
We were doing zombie
zombie
movies, and I was like, oh, I like that. How there's this. Everyone brings their top 5, and you have a system that synthesizes it to like
Yeah.
an official ranking.
Yeah, everything is assigned a number and spit back out with the averages, and
Right.
that's how the rank comes out.
So no
Yeah.
one's happy.
Yeah. Honestly,
This is bull.
Yeah.
the number of times we get to the end and it's like, 5 will be somebody's number 1, 4 somebody else, 3,
Right.
2, and then 1. Everyone's like, "The fuck?
What?
How?" It's a lot of second place votes.
Yeah, right. It's usually that's the way that
Yeah.
happens whenever you're fighting for something passionately. Everyone's third choice wins and no one's
Yeah.
happy.
I remember doing that with the comic strips episode, all like newspaper comics, where I was like,
Well, I would have
Oh,
canceled the
okay.
whole show if Calvin and
Calvin
Hobbes
Hobbes
didn't
was
come
like
in
the
number 1 anyway. There's a fucking chasm between Calvin and Hobbes, Far Side, and then everything else.
How is it that you guys are so opinionated about everything?
Girl-
How do you
Girls
have?
Before
we're
Swine,
fucking-
What?
Dots.
I just don't understand.
We're men about town.
This is like, all right, because you just like I just live life.
I've
like,
read a newspaper
accepting-
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only the comic.
My
Family
mom-
Circus is pretty funny sometimes.
Oh, I
Family
thought-
Circus. If I had to,
Hold on.
we had top tens. If we did every comic strip ever, Family Circus would be dead fucking last. I mean, no, wait, second. Pluggers. I don't know what the fuck Pluggers was about.
I don't
Plugger.
remember that at all as a thing.
What?
Pluggers was like,
Newspaper.
Guys,
or
don't worry. I
whatever
don't
it's
have
called.
service, so I can't see the Phillies game, but I can show you this wonderful comic that was sent my way today.
Family Circus.
It's a Family Circus parody that really made me laugh way too
Jeffy's
much.
dead, so I'm taking him to the living room. See, a Family Circus.
It's
had
very
that.
much in the vein of a Family Circus. Terrible. Oh, look at the cute kids being scamps pun,
But they're dead.
but
They're
that kid
dead.
is fucking dead.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Going to the living room. I get it. Oh man.
I
My-
like
uh,
I like that Meg, you have Real Chills podcast where you kind of examine the supernatural and ghostly sorts of things, and you have the kind of mindset of like, what's going on? Who knows? Anything is possible. We can't really say one way or another. And then Dan's podcasts are like, paper clips are the best office supply, hands down. I will fight anyone who disagrees.
Yes.
Paper clips are not the best fucking office supply.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't
Jesus.
realize that I would start.
Honestly,
something here.
if you're going to go up against Staples, and
All right.
I mean, Staples need a tool,
Yeah.
Right,
but like
you're right.
they do the same job stronger.
Oh, no,
There's also
paper
a whole
clips rank
store-
higher than fucking Staples. You got to like peel the shit back. Like if you fuck up the order,
Mm,
paper clips,
I don't
you
know.
could take it out.
Stapling
yes,
is
Sta-
very fun.
the full experience of a staple is so much more interesting than just like
There's
mean,
no
like
store
a-
called Paperclip.
Anyway, on Real Chills, what I really like about it is that sometimes I'll get a guest that has an interest and they might not like ghosts, but they like their thing enough that they'll look up ghost stories that pertain to their interest. And then we get really interesting episodes.
oh, those are the best ones.
Like
yeah.
Ryan Rowe is like gonna be a lawyer, and he just came on and did like times where people had to like go to court and prove ghosts exist
law.
and stuff like yeah, ghost
really?
law.
That's so cool.
And like it's really fun when you get someone that's passionate enough about something where they look at the ghosty aspect of it or the paranormal aspect and they just bring something super super weird. You
Yeah,
know?
that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And you've been doing that for a while because I was a guest on that like years ago now. At this
Yeah.
point. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
a
So a
couple
long
years.
running successful podcast
It's-
here.
Yeah, it's doing fine.
That's
It's not like crushing it, but we have a couple hundred listeners, so that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
that's cool.
I think you recorded that one in our apartment.
I
which
did.
was like pre-pandemic.
that was
Yes.
We're like
for-
that's our old
that's
apartment.
It was
yeah.
it was an early one, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
or one of them. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. Really great. Just a podcasting empire here you guys
Yeah.
are
Oh my
starting.
God.
And do you do them in your apartment still?
Yeah.
Or okay, cool. That's smart. If you're going to do that many of you, want
Yeah,
to be
we
close.
moved into a place that has extra bedrooms, and
Okay.
that just became an office. And it's not this wonderful setup, but
Yeah,
we
this is a
we
lot
still
better.
record a lot on Zoom. and
That's
stuff,
okay. You
so
should have heard
it's-
last
yeah.
week's episode.
I mean,
I wish anyone could see Neil's murder eyes.
You know what? The best part of the paranormal is anytime something goes wrong, the next episode I just go, sorry, it was the ghost.
yeah.
And
Oh,
everyone loves it.
perfect.
Everyone
Yeah.
loves it. They're like, it was the ghost. It's totally they mess with technology.
There we go. Yeah.
I
You
like
gotta get it
I
from
like
like that.
blaming Neil over ghosts. It's
Yeah.
more fun for me.
It is more fun because Neil
Aw.
doesn't only set a camera up on himself once, so
Yeah.
he can't really fight back. So we like
Aw.
that.
You should have heard that last one, but you couldn't. 'cause
Yeah.
But that is funny, and I
Neil,
know
blink
now.
twice if you need to be saved. He's like twice. We gotta
Big
get him out of
blink.
here.
Huge.
But he
Expressive
didn't even
blink.
offer us a discount for last week.
Okay, you guys can hash this out later.
No. Our fans need to know the real behind the scenes experience. How Neil abuses us.
But thank you, Neil. Thank you for the wonderful 4-camera setup we have. Hopefully, you guys like that at home. Again, we're always trying stuff new here at the Weekday Comics. And since we have 2 wonderful guests, we're trying to make sure you see everybody. So thanks for bearing with us through all the ups and downs and growing pains of our podcast, which hasn't died
Woo.
yet. It's not a ghost yet, our podcast.
Oh, we're not letting it die naturally.
It's hooked up to ventilators right now.
Yeah.
Just like...
Ah,
Funny.
so basketball season starts tonight too. Speaking
Yes,
of
it
sports
does.
we're not
Yeah.
watching.
Jesus.
That's right.
Christ.
Speaking of upcoming playoff losses,
Yeah.
basketball's back.
Well, that's another thing we did on the Rank Bank. We had high opinions on fashion.
Yes. Yeah.
And I figured since today's the NBA season, and that means the release of the City Edition jerseys have come out.
They're official now, right?
Yeah, we can critique some of them if you guys are.
cool.
Yeah,
if you
let's
guys
do
are-
it.
All right, let's bring up that Denver Nuggets one first.
Ugh,
Yep,
That's a championship jersey.
that
Yeah,
is
that-
disgusting.
What are we looking at?
that is the
elevation?
number. That is the
There
yeah
is
the
the
Mile High City.
Oh,
They
That's
put how
smart.
many
I had no idea.
they
yeah.
put how many feet they are in the sky.
Well, I love Denver, so and I love the name Nuggets. It does kind of make me think it's like a Price is Right shirt, like you wear it
Yeah, a
and you're
little
like,
bit.
"This is my number."
Yeah, I could see that.
See, nuggets to me, maybe it's my own thing. It's like it's a weird word. It's like, I don't know, almost like violate. It's like weird. It's gross almost.
I love
Yeah.
nuggets.
I don't know
It
why,
makes me
like
think of
shit
chicken
nugget maybe, or
nuggets.
but I wouldn't.
sure.
Shit nugget.
Yeah, my first
but I
thought
only
was
ever
Okay,
think
time
of-
out. You say shit nugget more than chicken nugget?
No, okay, that's what I'm
Thank
saying.
you,
I say
Neil.
chicken nugget. I say
How
chicken nugget
dare
way
you.
more. That's why I think it's weird.
You
Yet
gotta fucking
somehow
look
my
into your
mind-
diet if you're thinking about shit
I just
nuggets
think
that often.
I look. I eat a lot of chicken nuggets. Okay, that's what.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to come out
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah, there should be some processing.
Oh my God.
No, the processing happens before I eat it. It's all processed.
It's actually crazy. The only thing Dad can digest is corn. Like, that's the only thing that comes
Yeah.
out normal. The rest of it is just over. Oh my God.
I had a good one today. All corn.
It's all.
Oops, it's all corn.
Oops, all corn.
Oops, all corn. That might be.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Write it down.
It's like
Poops all corn.
poops all corn.
all
Yeah,
corn.
poops! Exclamation point. All corn.
It is a celebration after all.
Dan, we didn't get your thoughts on this jersey yet.
I feel like if that was the side of a hat and there was some old version of the Nuggets logo, because they've had good ones through the years.
So like maybe the numbers down the side or something. The 5,
Yeah, like
2,
I
8.
don't mind it. It's not as esoteric as they think it is. Like it's like we're the Mile High City, but like
Yeah.
it's just a number.
That's
Crazy.
not a mile. Like a mile is 5170, right?
No, that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, 5,280 feet in a mile. Yeah.
Either way, I don't like them using feet when their team is built around a metric system user.
Dave is also
Yeah.
always trying to slightly exaggerate measurements. Yeah, I mean,
I got a
also-
5,280 inch dick, yo.
It's not a mile. It's not a mile.
Inches.
Oh, that's
couple
sorry,
feet.
that's small then. My bad.
It's a 12th of a mile.
It's still huge. It's still huge.
I was trying to call back a joke from Meg that the audience, her non-audience doesn't know. But-
Yeah, if you listen to the album, it's on there.
One last round.
oh, this one I like this jersey actually.
This is a
the
great. I like
Sixers.
this jersey.
You
What-
hate this one.
What's the side? Like the spiky. What's the spiky bullshit?
There's like arrows or something. I don't like maybe they
And
look like
also-
little Cupid arrows, maybe because
There's-
brotherly love.
There's a very specific thing lacking from this picture that is there in real life is the crypto.com logo,
Oh,
which makes this I kind of dig it, makes it look like total trash. It throws
Yeah.
off the balance of all of the because it's already kind of offset.
right.
And then to put something in that spot really just
You need that
messes the
blank
whole thing
space
up.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the contrast.
That's actually James Harden modeling the jersey for us.
There he is. There he is in the playoffs. Look at him. Wow.
Yeah, this one this is just I put that in there for home team spirit.
So
Yeah.
the white version, I'm getting like the white, not the exact same coloring.
Oh, that's
but
last
Oh,
year's.
that's last year.
It's last year.
yeah.
So yeah, I can't find it. So Dave probably, you pulled up. I can't find the new one.
And the only one
here.
I've seen so far has the crypto.com thing. It's like the
Okay.
straight on. And that it's
Oh,
bad.
eh, this is it. Hold on. Yeah, they can't. It just seems to be some kind of tag. You can find it here, guys. Let's see. See this one? See, it's in the bottom. Hold on.
Oh,
Give me
man.
a sec. Trying to see. See, I don't. It's just like a
Oh.
little flag or something that goes around. Let me show the audience.
So
too,
whatever
so
this like faux neon thing, I'm sure it's
Yeah.
kind of calling out some sort of Philly thing that
Yeah.
I should be able to think of.
Weird.
Oh, is it Reading
placement.
Terminal Market? Is that
Oh.
the Reading writing?
That could be
Maybe.
I think it's the Reading
Yeah.
writing.
Although
That would make sense
crypto-
with the arrow.
The Sixers are not a good team to have a crypto logo on because something that has like dubious value that won't last
Yeah.
is probably not what.
do you just mean
See.
crypto spokesman Joel Embiid?
Yeah, it's hard to tell exactly what's going on in that one. I do like. Yeah, last year's was good.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Last year, a fucking 5-year-old scribbled it.
Well, see, there was an old Sixers logo that was that. It's like 76ers in that kind of trashy cursive, and I liked that.
Right.
And like I didn't mind calling back to that, but I prefer the actual like 76ers weird handwritten.
That's a
thing.
nice font. You're being a dick.
Looks like a Coke shirt, like a Coke.
See, I like it because it's not a font. They're like
Right.
the O's look different. Like
right.
Yeah, but this one I can't tell whatever's going on the side.
I
It
know.
doesn't seem significant. It doesn't seem like it's a big kind of graphic or anything like that.
Looks
It's
cool
just-
though.
Can
Does
you
it
look up
have to
the?
say "City of Brotherly Love" every time? Is
That's
that
just
No,
the past 2 years.
That's what it's been lately. Can you look
Yeah.
up the Reading Terminal Market logo? Because I think that's what it is. I think
I
that's
didn't
what
even
they're
know they
going
had
for.
a logo. That's wild.
I think they're just arrows to point to the train. I don't know if
That's
that counts as a logo.
I mean, that
No,
kind
Oh,
Oh
of.
yeah,
yeah,
that's the logo.
the-
How about that?
that,
looks
yeah.
like it. Yep.
Dang,
Wow,
man.
good eye.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like where I'd seen neon before.
you're
Like,
right.
That's the only thing that's like a significant.
It looks like the
logo.
back end of
Yeah.
the arrow, maybe.
Because like on the
Yeah,
zero,
and then
you
the
could see it.
dots. The
Yeah.
dots here. I think you nailed it.
There we
I
go.
think that's what that is there.
Reading Terminal Market, right
Why?
under your right
Why
armpit.
Reading Terminal Market?
Well, if you look, they've been doing this for like a decade. They are out of things.
Okay, I was gonna say
Like they had a Boathouse Row one that was
Yeah.
garbage.
They're out of landmarks, so next year is going to be a motorcycle like kicking through a back windshield.
It's gonna be the speak English sign at Pat's.
It's going to be a baby covered in window glass.
I was thinking Eraserhead, but you got me better.
Burning I-95.
There
That
you
would
go.
be a good one. Yeah.
A guy kicking a robot.
yeah. Hitchbot just
Oh, man.
laying in
I would
pieces.
love a Hitchbot.
I would buy
themed-
the
That would be great.
Like it's
Oh,
just
hell
like
yeah.
it in pieces on the jersey.
We should embrace that more as a city. I mean, I know we kind of unofficially
I've only
do.
ever embraced that.
Right. I mean, unofficially, we all say fuck Hitchbot. I know that. That's not news to anybody like that ever brings
I
it up.
know.
But I mean, I think officially it should be part of the city's like
Yeah, I don't know
lore
why.
and
I don't know why
legend.
we were like ashamed of it for
Yeah.
that second. I was like,
I could
Uh,
see
well,
a future
it,
where,
like,
yeah.
It made it through a lot of cities.
well, it also
That's right.
wasn't like Philly people. It was people came and sought it out and just happened
How do
to
you know that?
because they said who they were.
Uh,
But like they sought it out and just happened to cross paths in Philly. Like they
didn't
were
help-
they were trying to
They were
get-
looking
didn't
for the
help-
Philadelphia experience.
Yeah. But it also didn't help that when it happened, we had like an I am Spartacus moment where like
Oh.
50 people rose up and you're like, yes, I
Yeah,
destroyed
I'm the
Hitchbot.
one.
And it was like, no, you didn't.
Here's the 3D logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I just like you have to squint to really appreciate it because
Much
nothing
like-
says watching the Knicks like getting headaches.
yeah, that's the thing. Much like the team. You kind of don't want to watch it with your eyes open.
These are my favorite Knicks jerseys, like the base model
Agreed.
of it.
Agreed.
But that whatever that is
Gross.
messing it all up.
Oh,
Why are they so bad?
well, the worst one I saved. I saved the worst
Yeah.
one for last.
I didn't see which one you picked, but I have a hunch.
Yeah,
I noticed these are 5, right? You've almost ranked them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 4. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, this
Well,
one is a
Heat
straight up a
culture.
Ooh,
God.
baby.
I like
it
yeah.
is so bad.
I like that other teams try to capture the culture of their city with pictures and stuff. And he just fucking wrote the
Culture.
word.
And, like theirs have been they're hit or miss. People either adore them or you're like me and I absolutely hate them. They have like the weird collage of old logos, like make the new
Mhm.
logo.
Yeah.
And like it's a cool idea. They just didn't really like align it in a way. And then they followed that like, vibrant kind of celebratory Miami thing with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drabbest, saddest thing I've ever seen. Wow. And not
This was one
hot.
of the first I saw too. Or like
Right.
I was like, this is what this year is going to be. God damn it.
Yeah, you're called the Heat, and yet that is the coldest thing I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
This jersey does feel like a Jeb Bush. Like,
Yeah.
please clap.
Please
You know what I
clap.
mean?
Please clap.
Like, right, guys? Like, it's like, nah, man. No.
Please appreciate Heat culture.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's like what Times New Roman, or that's like typewriter print. That's not
Yeah.
any fucking. It's not caliente at all.
Oh yeah. I forget where I saw it, but somebody
I said it
said
as white as I could. That's just quite caliente, if I do say so myself.
"Mm."
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody was like, Pat Riley definitely picked that design. It's like I could picture a 75-year-old man thinking this is what the kids are gonna like.
They're like,
Although he's probably like
great.
80 something at this point.
It's crazy to think how much people got paid for those jerseys.
Yeah.
That didn't, all 4 of them didn't take it one afternoon is crazy to me.
Right. I mean, I a lot of times I feel like that's what goes to show you that like it isn't people that achieve that make it to the top, because it's like layer after layer of fucking idiots that for whatever reason, like they want to rise up, they want to appease their boss, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just like, looks great, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, and it happens all the fucking time. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, from the perspective of somebody who's made a lot of graphics for people.
Oh yes.
You throw a bunch of options out there. Your favorite is this one. You know, this one will be okay. I wouldn't mind having my name on that. And then they pick this one. It's like, okay.
Great.
Right.
So you think
Right.
they have contests?
I wish they had contests. I would throw my name in for all of these. Like
100%.
it's literally probably just an intern going, shit, we need to do another city uniform. Like
we could get a piece of paper and beat heat culture tonight. You know what I mean? Like
Heat culture.
I mean, I wish they would be able to like
I think the piece of paper already won.
yeah.
Done.
like they do them so far in advance. I remember reading after I think it was the Rocky themed Sixers ones came out that they already kind of knew what the next ones were going to be, and so like they went gray because they knew the black was coming. So they knew that kind of stuff.
Right.
So like it all feels very stale in that way. We're like, it's the current culture, and it's like, oh, that's why we have Reading Terminal Market. Like,
Right. You know, all the kids, they're hanging out at the Reading Terminal
like,
Market.
the whole like Love City thing is like everywhere now. So many different Love City this, Love City that, like whatever. Like if they could do it more current and have it just be Love City, it's like you haven't touched that before. Like here we go. Like that's actually the current culture, and then we get that.
But like 5 years ago when they set this all in motion.
Oh yeah, it'll be the 2031.
Right.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
And
they'll
we'll have
still-
moved on. Yeah.
There'll still be a 4 seed.
Yeah.
Getting knocked out in the second round.
Yeah, we'll be back to
Can't
like
wait.
2008 Sixers where they're like trying.
Yeah. Another process, gentlemen, do you think?
I would love it. Like,
Yeah,
that's what got me into the Sixers was being able to
The
go
planned
see
5 years
cheap
of losing.
basketball. Like it was easy to get invested because like
It was all building.
there was a chance you could walk down the street and meet one of those people because they didn't live far away. They were not rich.
They couldn't afford it. Yeah, they couldn't afford to. Yeah. No, right. Yeah, there is something to be said about like, you know, being on the ground floor of like a scrappy young team. You just want them to work out. And I think that's why you and I are feeling a little ill right now about the current sport being played. When someone's like an amazing, like the roster is cool and you've been following them for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, you need them to fucking win. You know?
And like I've had to have the conversation too many times of like the process worked. Stop telling me the process didn't work. You got an MVP and you got another person who should have been. Like it worked.
Right.
And then they floundered all the opportunities they created by being
right.
like,
That's the thing. You have to like once you stock up your ammo, you still need to hit the target, right? Like so I agree. The process, like the thought process behind it with the way the NBA is, it seems perfect for like that broken kind of system. But right, if you miss on your reloads,
if all of a sudden your 2 first-round draft picks can't make foul shots or play basketball anymore.
Right.
I mean, that's a citywide thing because fucking our quarterbacks.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's okay. Our hitters forgot how to hit yesterday. It's a Philly thing.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's a Philly thing. It's a Philly thing.
I just want to say Jaleel Okafor, and we can move on.
Oh God, why would you do
God.
this?
The process worked, and then we got Jaleel Okafor.
Oh man, yeah.
Enjoying sports?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The spooky podcast.
That's okay.
And then we invited Dan, and we supported him. I thought we were going to
But
talk
this
ghosts.
is interesting, right? Because you are very like ghostly, otherworldly, and you are like sporty and
I
kind
like
of
sports,
Yeah.
though, but
You just need 3 more to make your own Spice Girls.
yeah. Who's the posh?
Who's the
Who's
spooky
posh
one?
out of these? Yeah.
Oh,
who's
yeah.
posh?
Are we
I'm
are we
posh.
filling out the
I'm
rest?
for
Okay,
sure
there you
posh.
go. Yeah.
One of you has to take sporty. I'm posh.
Wait. Oh, you're posh?
You are a great Jewish athlete, so I'm
That's
giving you.
true. I
sporty.
Gaga
and
ball
you're
champion.
ginger.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
duh,
wow.
There we go.
Wait,
And
so
Neil's
that-
scary.
Neil's,
Wait, Meg, I thought Meg was scary.
Oh right.
Oh,
Meg's scary.
what's up, baby
Who's-
Neil?
Oh, it's
Baby
baby.
Now we're back at what I was
Much more in your wheelhouse.
talking for sure.
I
Who
would love
runs
it if
the
it was-
world? Okay.
I would love it if it, instead of with being Spice, it was all Neil. So it was like Sporty Neil,
Scary
Scary
Neil.
Neil.
Baby Neil.
I like Posh Neil.
You,
like
you're
a
a real
multi-
ginger Neil.
Multi-dimensional Neils.
Yeah.
God, that would be the worst fucking nexus of universes
Oh my
ever.
goodness. That, everything everywhere all at once.
Every Neil everywhere all at
every- yeah.
once. So so you guys we're gonna get some actual questions out of our
I almost
out
did
of our
the
guests
accent,
here.
but like related to. I was trying to make it Neil related, but I almost did the accent, like from everything
Oh,
everywhere. All
I'm
at
glad
once.
you didn't.
No, try it.
This-
Yeah, no, go ahead, try it. No.
Yeah, this won't come back to haunt you at all.
Yeah,
What do you have
right.
to lose? No one's watching.
Well, I-
That's true. This would be the one to do it.
That's true.
So you guys, no, I plan to ask our guests some questions. We have a couple. We had a couple on Rachel Rowan and Justin Kupo, who you
Oh,
probably
wow.
know. They were
They didn't go see
They
it.
were on the
Yeah.
same. Yeah,
All
I got
right.
to watch. I got to
They
watch
cry-
the
they were
Eagles.
so mean.
I know. I got to watch the Eagles
They're
playoff
so
game
funny.
on their phone.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
great. That's awesome. Yeah, and they
How
were
it's
all-
meant to be watched.
yeah, right, on a little tiny.
I watched it over the shoulder of a guy in the crowd, and then somebody was like, "He has the game on." I was like, "I know, don't stop him. What are you doing?"
Yeah, they were watching it during the show, which
That's hilarious.
appreciated. Yeah.
Oh,
I did my
You
duty.
got their money.
yeah, right.
Yeah, we could pay you guys.
You're
That-
a fucking statistic.
That is the thing
Yeah.
with comedy that we just have to kind of wave the white flag on. Like you can never, unless I guess maybe you're like some kind of headliner that sold tickets. You're never going to compete against a playoff game, right?
Yeah.
Like you always have to. Like I had that. I ran my show against a playoff game, and I literally just pushed it until the end. I was like,
Yeah.
"Nah, I'm just not even going to start until it's over." And then they
Right.
lost, so everybody in the room was like, "Yeah."
Oh,
Let me
no.
Yeah.
I've
That
seen
sucks.
crowds during playoff games, but what a bunch of fucking nerds, right?
I love those
How can I
crowds.
relate to those
I'm like,
people?
what
I mean,
up?
our last Ghosted at City Winery was a playoff game, and Pat and Oswald sold out downstairs. We had a decent crowd, and like all of them were like, "I wanted to watch the game." I was like, "Oh, thanks for coming."
Yeah, they were like talking about the game. I was like, well,
Right, and people will actually tell you. That's another comedy. People are very cavalier about telling you the other things they'd rather
Yeah.
be doing.
You can handle it. You're funny.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I still put this thing together.
but it's
Yeah.
still like what Dave said, where I'm like, well, you didn't. So
Yeah.
thank you for coming. I know you had options. I'm aware of them.
Yeah, I
Right.
wanted to choose that too, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
we booked this 4 months ago in the summer. Didn't know what was going
I know, because you were like, hey, you were asking everybody in the group chat what time the show should start, and that's before the game was scheduled. And then like the night before, I'm like, wait, shit, I finally have an opinion on what time the show should be. Too late.
too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That's how it works. So but as a couple, you guys, do you find as both comedians who are dating, you guys are actively now you do a lot together, but you also book apart and stuff. Do you find it's difficult to
I mean, I do.
appreciate your honesty, Dan?
Hey, Dan gets to ghostwrite for
yeah,
Iron Comic a lot too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh man, that was a lot
still
of fun.
undefeated
Yeah, that's that. What's
As-
that like?
as helper.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That must be nice. I'm 0-1. Robbed.
Oh.
I've yet to compete as the actual person, but I'm undefeated as the Sue Comics.
Okay, there you go. That's the great job,
Yeah.
right? Because you get to do all the writing. If you win, you get credit. If you lose, you're like, hey, you just didn't deliver it right. You know.
That was your fault.
Hey guys, just so you know, no one knows what you're talking about.
Oh, that's right. We're
Don't talk about Iron Comic. enough
we.
on the
You're
show.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. It has been a while
This is
since we
someone's
brought it up.
first episode.
We have. It has been a while since we brought it up. That's great. A great idea, Neil. Iron
Baby
Comic
Neil.
is a
Thanks, baby
show. is a show that famously pits two comics against each other, and those comics get another comic each to write for them called the Sue comic.
That's right.
Dave.
with them.
Okay, with them. Dave was on a tear. He only had like 4 more to win in a row. He won like 3 years in a row. 4 years in a row. Yeah, well, one of those years was
Two
COVID.
pandemic.
Yeah, it doesn't count. And then I tried to upset him. He beat me narrowly, split decision. I don't know why I said
Damn.
that almost like Trump, but split decision and narrowly. But
narrowly
Yeah.
he won just a little.
folks, he beat me narrowly.
Barely. I'm really the big one here. I think we both know. I
Sorry,
won.
I don't even want to talk about it. I have my Trump is infecting my mind this week. I figured it out accidentally how to do the accent.
But
Yeah.
nobody
I was-
stormed the tap room.
Yeah, right. I know. I was driving and someone cut me off. I swear to God, and I was like, "You cut me off!" And I was like, "No, I've never attempted a Trump before,"
Oh,
and it just like
no.
fell in. And I was saying it all day. to the point that my girlfriend almost kicked me out of her
Now
apartment.
you're hoping he
Yeah.
wins so you get to do it for
R-
4 more years.
Right, exactly. Oh yeah, if they win tonight and I'm going over there, I'm immediately be like, "We won!" You know, and there's nothing she can do about it because she'll be so happy that
Yeah.
they advanced.
Now's the
you
time
know.
to have a positive association. That's what the
Exactly.
world needs is a positive Trump association.
Right. But yeah, and so you guys, so that's a story about how I plan to annoy my girlfriend. Do
Wonderful.
you find that with like comedy, do you guys like, is it a struggle to kind of keep that going for both of you, or do you just solve it by doing it all together?
Keep comedy going, you mean?
Yeah, like are there struggles of
don't.
being two comedians who are just get by just not doing it?
No, I mean, I think that this is gonna be spooky, but I'm a Sagittarius and Dan's a Capricorn. So I'm a big
Classic.
idea.
Stop there. I know exactly what you're going to say.
I listened to sports for like 5
Yeah, no,
minutes.
I'm down with
made
you.
me- I'm sorry, Neil has to turn me down. But I'm a Sagittarius, which means I'm a big ideas person, and Dan's a Capricorn, which means he's a follow through guy. So a lot of the things I've ever done, all of my success, I probably would have never done if I wasn't dating Dan. Real Chills
This
got
is
me off the
recorded, right?
ground.
Yeah,
is-
it's live. You
Ghosted,
can't
he
take it
helped me
back.
get it.
Yeah.
Well, Sean helped me a lot too.
That's true.
Silas P.
I was just in the crowd at the first one, but
Yeah, Silas helped me with Ghosted. But a lot of I have a jillion ideas bumping around in my head all the time, as does everyone. But I'm fortunate because Dan is like, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, he's always
mean,
just like, you should.
You're
just
little
do it.
on Nike.
yeah, I think
Yeah, no, I'm like, ugh, but I have to figure out this and that, and then he figures it out, and then I don't have to do that part.
yeah, most of the time it's I have to figure this and this and this, and the response is just, "Do you?" And it's like, "Oh wait, no, I can just do, okay, we're good." And then
Yeah.
we
Right.
go.
Yeah.
And then like even just reaching out, like there's a comic that I reached out to, and we'll see if it works. But like for City Winery, and Dan was just like, you should just email them about it.
Yeah, they know you.
And then
we've had a positive experience. Like,
But it's just
Right.
stuff that I wouldn't do by myself. I would think
Right.
about it and then be like not confident enough. And then-
Yeah, right. And I think a lot of comics are like that, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't pull the trigger on a lot of stuff. So
It's-
that's awesome. You guys make
Yeah.
each other better in a lot of senses
his-
in a professional sense.
And his lack of ego probably comes through there.
Oh, it
too.
helps.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
helps. Yeah.
A lot of a lot of dude comics.
no, I'm fine, guys. It's
No,
all
yeah,
fine.
this is-
totally fine.
This is my shit now.
It is funny now with Ghosted because like I am officially a co-host on it, but like for a long time I was just helping,
Mhm.
and it's still like booked as Meg's show, and I'm like, no, guys, I'm here now.
I
Nah.
try my
Yeah.
best.
It's
to
me,
talk
guys.
about
Come
it,
on.
but Yeah. Yeah.
But it,
Take the O out of her name in the next
Yeah.
flyer.
yeah, yeah,
That's right. I am making them.
right. It's just,
Oh, man,
I'm
City
sorry.
Winery put our Ghosted logo on a wine bottle for us. So
Really?
we just
It was
have that.
very cool.
Oh,
It's so
that's so
cool.
cool.
I want to put
Yeah.
all my shit on
They
wine
were
bottles
gr-
now.
they
It
were
looks so
great.
cool.
That is so cool.
Awesome
Neil, can we
venue.
get a Weekday Comics wine bottle, or at least like a bottle of like Mad Dog, like like something like
Whatever baby wants, baby gets.
that? Yeah, thanks,
Of
baby.
course.
Gonna make
baby.
it happen.
We get like a
Thanks,
wine
baby
label.
Neil.
We got like 3 minutes left before we gotta get to it, but I want to say, I think the spooky time, the spooky season, we have Megan.
I
We
think,
haven't
right.
really.
We should. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm
Something's-
here. I'm a wealth of.
Well,
spooky
you're
knowledge.
right.
What
We
do
have
you need?
Halloween coming up, and
Thank you, Neil.
yeah.
Heard of it?
Have you heard of Halloween? Yeah. You've only been celebrating it for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have the preeminent ghost comedian here on the podcast. So
Preach,
I,
true and true.
yeah,
That's what I want. Everyone believe that's what I am, the ghost comedian.
yeah. I mean, to me,
I died 50 years ago.
Our relationship is fine.
Yeah.
you're still holding out hope. You're pining. That is the ultimate supportive boyfriend.
that's
Yeah.
right, Speaking of Ghost Boyfriend, you can see it.
Oh, yeah, we did do
Look at that.
There's ghost boyfriend.
Plug machine.
Yeah, there's this pandemic skit.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
11 episode series that wasn't supposed to end, but then we could go outside again.
Like so many other things, like
Yeah.
all the rotten sourdough bread that was thrown out.
It's also what turned the rank bag into a ghost.
Not a ghost. It's just on life support.
That's
Very much
true.
alive. We've
it's
established.
called
It
the-
comes
Just
to
like
visit
Heaven
once a
Coma
year,
situation.
like Orlando Bloom at the end of the Pirates movies. It comes to
How many
land once a
spoilers
year.
can we do?
That's first of all, spoiler
Jacob's
is a
Ladder?
very spoiler is a very time oriented term, and I
Yeah.
think once a movie's been out for 20 years, I think the spoiler term gets thrown out.
Can a ghost spoil anything? I mean, they have no concept of time, right? They live for
That's true. They're
eternity.
just locked in that same moment.
Right,
That's-
exactly. So I think a ghost could spoil
In theory,
something.
I guess. Right?
Yeah.
I'd ask the expert.
Yeah.
It's a sled. Like, like how can you be mad?
But see, the best part when you say it like that, I don't even know what you're spoiling. You just said words out loud.
That's right. Well, I just don't want to get ahead of our audiences. Are probably putting Citizen Kane aside to watch at some point. They're gonna watch it as soon as this episode's done. But yeah, that's the end of it.
So yeah, what were you leading up to?
I was just trying to really nothing. I was just trying to improv a question about Ghost that I didn't actually prep.
Oh, I actually had
Neil,
It seems like Neil had
Neil
had
has
a
a
great
segment
idea.
for our show that I don't know about.
Do you?
There's no segment. I mean, Megan, how do you keep Halloween? How are you keeping Halloween? Like,
Neil,
interest-
yes,
we
okay.
didn't go.
I
We
mean-
got to go to the news. I figured I didn't.
Yeah.
know.
Let
No,
me
you're right.
let
Your
me tell
inclinations are
you
right.
a recent experience that I had.
Yes.
Sure enough.
A brand
Hit
new
it.
one that
Yeah.
it's kind of long, but I'll try to make it really fast. What
This
what
one
are you having?
legit gives me chills.
Okay, so I listen to a lot of other paranormal podcasts, and I was listening to Stories with Sapphire. She's great. Shout out Stories with Sapphire. Awesome podcast. And she was talking about wanting to connect with her ancestors. So she reached out to them, and she felt like she got signs from them. And I was like, bitch, I want to reach out to my ancestors. So then I sat and I thought about it, and I was like, I would love a sign from an ancestor. Thank you. And I actually had to go home for my mom's birthday that weekend. So I was driving home, and right when I got into my community, I started thinking the word crazy, like out of nowhere, just like crazy, crazy, crazy. And I was
Go
like,
figure.
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, my story. And I was like, interesting. So then I turned on the podcast I was listening to, and the host, literally the next 3 words out of her mouth was like, crazy, crazy, crazy. And I was like, all right. My grandpa loved Patsy Cline, and he loved the song Crazy by her.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's so weird. So I started kind of singing it to myself. And then I remembered a lot of words that I didn't think I really knew. And I was like, you know what? F it. I'm just going to turn it on just to get out of my system. So I turned it on, and I got home before the song ended. My cousins were all there for my mom's birthday, and we had to go drop my aunt off where she was staying for the night. She was staying at like an Airbnb or something. My cousin gets in the car, I turn it on, and Crazy's still playing. And she's like, why are you listening to this? And I was like, oh, I told her the whole story. And she's like, that's so weird. I was thinking about Patsy Cline all day today out of nowhere.
Wow.
I'm like, that is really insane. And then on the drive up, our nephew, who's like 18, was listening to music, and Caitlin was like, what is that? And he's like, Patsy Cline. And he's an 18-year-old. And we're like, what the heck?
Damn.
That's so weird. And then so I told her this whole story. We drive and we drop my aunt off, and it's the Poconos. It's dark woods, and then just all the Airbnb houses. It was like a big group of them, and it was like foggy. And I told Kate the story, and it's pitch black out, and I'm driving, and I'm like, let's just listen to the song one more time. And I turn it on, and she goes crazy, and then all of the lights in the entire community go out.
Oh.
The entire community. And then they continue to flicker as we drive out of the community.
That's crazy.
In sync with the song?
No, I mean,
And then
he
a
said
plane
crazy,
crash.
and then it turned out.
Is that
I
how she died?
mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was a big sign. I thought I asked
yeah,
and I received.
Sure, right. You put it
know.
out there. You directly requested it of the universe, and then you were doubting
Immediately
it.
it happened.
Right. And as you were doubting it, it made itself more insistent to let you know, like,
Yes,
this isn't a
believe.
coincidence.
And my
Yeah.
cousin too, she was like, no, it's, and I'm like, because you don't realize that because it was so bright from all the houses and stuff. You don't realize until you're put into complete darkness, and you're like, whoa, this is really scary. It's completely dark.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the scariest thing a ghost can do. I had a ghost do that to me. We need to talk about that. He shut a light off
Yeah.
on me, terrified me. I ran.
It's crazy.
I'm a 39-year-old man. I ran.
Yeah.
It was scary, but we'll cover that at some other point.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's
Hey,
great. No,
yeah.
was there more to that? 'Cause
No,
that was
that's
an
the
amazing
end.
story.
It's just
Yeah.
like, I mean, if you want your ancestors or if you want people to talk to you, just ask and then pay attention. That's the big
Oh,
part.
man, I don't.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Dave would start ranking his ancestors.
Ancestor experiences.
Yeah.
Like the dead ones?
Yeah, grandma,
Yeah.
not as high as you think.
My grandma's doing okay.
Yeah, grandma's doing all right. That's good.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the consensus ranking, I've ranked your grandma dead last, so she's actually
Oh,
not
she's gonna be-
making it.
It's kind
Oh,
of middling
no.
now.
Yeah,
Poor
yeah.
grandma.
Well,
Sorry, I hate your.
Too bad
grandma.
you won't get into Jewish heaven to tell her to her face.
I do love the idea that you're just doing his family.
Yeah,
not, like,
none of
not
mine.
like general relatives,
Right.
like
Or the
just
cousins.
Dave's.
Right. His
Everyone
exact
ranking it.
ancestors. Yeah. You
I
know
mean,
what?
The
Honestly,
dad's losing a lot of points for the genetics he passed on.
that's true. And honestly, I'm gonna say, guys, that sounds like 2 great episodes of Rank Bank where you rank your ancestors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
you're gonna
just
have to give me the
saying.
list and
You have to
some,
get
some
the
ways
family
to
tree.
figure it out. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I need to be able to do the research.
Yeah,
I,
well,
I
you
don't
gotta
want to just do it.
You guys
know?
you got to get like the 23andMe or like history
Yeah.
or ancestry.com. I think that's the one. They'll
Yeah.
DNA
Gives
swab
you, like,
you
the
and then
full like and little histories
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
My mom would be ecstatic if I finally showed an interest in that stuff. But my thoughts of, I'm here. I don't have any control over
Well,
that.
Be like, Mom, you
unfortunately."
won't be excited where you see where you're ranked.
Dave's mom, reach out to me and I'll get this going.
You met her.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have met her. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
On that, guys, we have to do the news. Ready?
Okay, let's
Yeah.
do it. Kick it. Shoot the shit. You're talking news. You're talking news. We're here to shoot the shit. Talking news.
Metal News
fuck
Part
yeah.
2.
Hell yeah. We love our new intro, don't we, folks? Sorry, Neil. That was me. That was me trying to pull back as it was coming out, and I wanted to wrangle it.
Okay. Well, Trump will be like, my news is better, best, and far superior news. My news is
Did you
good.
sneak a score peek?
No, I just
All right.
I still don't.
Don't
start.
tell me if you
I won't. I won't.
because I still got to perform these jokes as if I have laughter in my.
I do have jokes.
Crazy that
Oh,
they're
cool.
losing.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, sorry. I got
She's got a ticker on her screen.
Yeah. So you have a couple of jokes as well.
I do. I
All
brought 5 of them.
Okay.
sweet.
Well, I brought
Awesome.
4 jokes and then another one.
Okay, 4 jokes and then another one. Well,
The
then,
math checks out.
Yeah, y'all decide which one's the other one.
and I'll explain it for anyone who has shut the Phillies game off in disgust and has turned it over. If you've never seen this show before, we are about to do the news. Dave and I have not conferred with each other about the news stories that we have written jokes for this week, nor do we ever really. But if Dave and I write a news story that, a joke about the same news story, we are going to have a joke off. Roll that shit.
Oh, shit, I'm not ready.
He's not ready. A joke
I could
off.
have done that for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it used to be a very weird
No, it's
robot.
very
Now it's like a guttural.
Very high tech.
Yeah, it's great. We love it. And so if Dave and I are joking each other off, you have been on this podcast before. You know how it goes. You will be the judge. Well, both of you will be the judge to decide
No, she can.
who gets the win. And I believe we're tied right now. We are. And of course, Dan, you are now liable for the joke off as well if we write the same.
Which a guest hasn't lost yet. So a lot of pressure riding on this one.
Dave, shall you kick it off?
Let's do it. Tommy Lee claims he used to drink 2 gallons of vodka a day, quote, barely functioning. He revealed this as a way to point out the dangers of alcohol consumption, although he did have to admit that had he drank 2 gallons of whiskey a day, he probably wouldn't have hepatitis.
President Biden warns Israel not to repeat mistakes of United States response to 9/11. The president said that any attempt to cancel the Dixie Chicks concert in Tel Aviv would be met with force. That was the biggest mistake we made after 9/11.
I gotta keep Jimmy Eat World on the radio.
No, their initials are Jew.
That's
That's
right.
probably a sensitive subject.
Is that
but-
why they got rid of it?
No, it was the album was called Bleed American, so they were like, shit, can't have that.
I thought they wrote themselves off.
So I can't. You know what? I'm just gonna follow suit with that because I have one that kind of goes with that. Serge Tankian, lead singer of the band System of a Down, will be releasing a memoir. When asked why he put the words up on the paper, he replied, "I wanted to."
Nice.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, here's a little fucked up one. Guinness World Records declares Pepper X as the world's new hottest chili pepper. It should be noted that this is just the hottest according to the Scoville scale, but still trails on the teenagers killed scale.
Shooting up the charts.
Yeah, there you go.
Love it.
That's pretty good. All right. Trump lawyer Sidney Powell pleads guilty in deal with prosecutors over efforts to overturn Trump loss in Georgia. It turns out in the end, Sidney Powell really did end up releasing the Kraken, but only if the Kraken is a nickname for Donald Trump's sphincter. Yeah.
Are we all
Kraken?
his pronunciation of Kraken?
Kraken?
Yeah, what-
Kraken.
Kraken?
Kraken,
It's Walgreens all over.
Oh
again.
God, I don't know. It's just a fucking.
How do you have the expression "release the Kraken" in your head?
It's
only ever been said in full.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not gonna get into it. I actually don't know where I
Deductive
pronounce
a
it that
point.
way. No, fuck that. That's not how it works. If messing up the telling of a joke gets deducted
That's-
points,
okay.
this will be bad
Oh
for
yeah,
you.
I'm negative. I'm negative
Yeah.
80
You
now.
just have to start like mispronouncing things on purpose, like once or twice a week.
Oh, I did with Walgreens for like 3 or 4 weeks.
That's a fun one. I like that. All right. A sex toy was recalled after the company learned that it could overheat and burn users. In my day, a woman had to spill a coffee from McDonald's to get that kind of heat down there.
Nice. Jada Pinkett Smith reveals she and Will Smith are working on healing their marriage. This puts Smith in a rare position where his life could be significantly less toxic if he focused less on his marriage and more on being the best Scientologist he could be.
Is he a Scientologist?
Oh yeah, he's been
He's
for
been, yeah.
forever.
Princess?
Yeah,
Oh,
forever.
Damn, they have money. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Money.
He's been one.
They
for a very long time.
do. They're scary.
That's true. Speaking of weird cults, Mitt Romney says he quote doesn't have a home in the Republican Party. He went on to reassure supporters, saying, "Don't worry, I still have several other homes built with all the money I stole from poor people."
So many cars for dogs on roofs.
Yeah.
NFL wide receiver Chris Olave was stopped by the police this weekend. He was charged with 1 count of reckless driving and 1 count of playing for the Saints.
Guilty. Life.
He literally said to the cop, "Come on, man, I played for the Saints." It's like, well,
I'd try it when you try it.
I've tried it several times.
there were years where you probably could have got away with it.
Yeah.
All right. The FDA faces pressure to act nationwide on red dye in food. But as the general public doesn't appreciate the government trying to control what they can and cannot put in their bodies, they're going to keep drinking the Kool-Aid.
I like it. Congressman George Santos lied about his 5-year-old niece being kidnapped by 2 Chinese men. Santos apologized, saying, quote, "I'm a fool to think I could deceive conservative voters in this way. I definitely should have said it was 2 black guys."
Robert Plant sang Stairway to Heaven live for the first time in 16 years. It sounded pretty good for a guy who's considerably closer to heaven than he was last time he did it.
All right. Stupid one. California man detonates explosive-filled teddy bear in parking lot. In the man's defense, though, the bear did have an opening in its back, and bombs are easier to come across nowadays than cassette tapes.
Congressman Tom Emmer drops out of contention for Speaker hours after winning GOP nomination. As one of the few Republicans who is still a moderate, Emmer said it would just be easier to get ahead of the whole contested election thing and just hang himself.
Let's see. Kurt Cobain's daughter married Tony Hawk's son. I don't have a joke for it. I just went.
I tried to write a
2
joke.
on the nose.
Yeah, I know. I tried to write a joke for
I
a
had
while.
a bunch of half jokes about like checkerboard vans and flannel.
Oh, I saw Mark Norman posted something about both of their dads needing coping, which I guess a skateboard term that I wasn't aware of.
I think the joke that I came up with and then decided not to tell was something to the degree of like, some say he's only grinding on her because it gives you a lot of extra points or something.
Okay.
Hey, Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
That's why you won't be hearing that joke on this one.
All right. Gwyneth Paltrow intends to literally disappear from public life, claims she is not motivated by money. In fact, her absence will leave such a gaping hole in Hollywood that she'll be able to sell a candle that smells like it.
King Charles urged to use his direct hotline to President Biden to expose the truth about UFOs. But the king declined. As the last time he tried to do this, Joe Biden kept him on the phone for 3 hours talking about which blue avatar chicks he would fuck, marry, or kill.
The NHL rescinded its ban on players communicating social stances with their stick tape. They were really just proud that they could think for themselves, and it's easier to see the puck when their blue stripe is right across the middle.
Okay.
Hockey
What?
joke.
It was closer in my head.
I'll keep it sports themed because Meg loves that. Pro Football Hall of Famer Terrell Owens hit by car following argument, Sheriff's Department says. In defense of the guy who hit him, though, Owens does have a history of following up disputes by doing sit-ups in places where cars are supposed to go.
That's
my
good.
quarterback.
New California law creates Ebony Alert to find missing Black youth and women. Though Ebony Alert also sounds like a lesbian Jada Pinkett Smith went on vacation with.
All right, this last one I have is a woman was awarded $3 million after being burnt by hot coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. In my day, a woman had to spill out coffee from McDonald's to get that kind of heat.
Nice.
Hey, there we go.
Here's the dumbest one by far.
Oh boy.
I know, I'm excited. J.K. Rowling says she'd happily go to jail for calling someone the wrong pronouns. She may come to regret this decision if when she gets to prison, she finds out they actually want to go by D-Woman tours.
Alrighty.
No.
That's
No,
the
that's just
exact
Meg.
response I wanted.
Yeah, this is Meg doing a spooky thing. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's Meg's life.
No, it's not. That was
leaving her body. Her soul is escaping her body.
no,
at
it was
that
good.
joke.
A thinker.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
I originally had it dement hymns, but I figured, okay, is that what I should have?
Dementums is way
Dementum.
better than Dementors. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
All right.
Did them.
Dement him sounds like a haunted
Dement hymns.
male supplement. All right. Roman Catholic Diocese warns that try that again. Roman Catholic Diocese warns. All right, I'll try it one more time. Roman Catholic Diocese warns that fake priests are preying on California parishioners, which really doesn't sound that bad considering who the real priests have been preying on.
Georgia will be first U.S. state where pharmacies sell medical cannabis. Even better, with the receipt from one transaction at CVS, you'll have enough paper to last you weeks.
I like it. Video shows Chinese beer worker urinating into tank of Tsingtao beer. This poses a serious issue for the company as they are now being sued for stealing the recipe for Coors Light.
The FDA is proposing a ban on hair relaxers with formaldehyde due to cancer concerns. Although they also have the option of waiting it out, as most cancer patients eventually won't have a need for hair relaxers.
New York judge fired for pointing gun at a black man in court, which is ironically how you become a judge in Arkansas.
Michigan State apologizes for displaying picture of Adolf Hitler on the video board before the game. They said that this will not happen again in the future and that they will only display it after the game when they've earned it through sheer dominance.
Okay, this is a joke off. We got a joke off.
Joke off.
All right. Michigan. Oh,
You are beautifully framed. Go
Oh,
ahead.
thank you. Michigan State shows Hitler's image on video boards in pre-game quiz before loss to number 2 Michigan. Though, to be fair, the quiz question was, name history's greatest blitzer. Thanks. All right.
It's a real touchdown.
yeah. This is all we win.
This is a real touchdown.
Yeah, field goal. All right.
Oh, man.
So our panel of judges.
Do we have to come to an agreement? Or
Yes.
do we,
You must
Dave and Dan are back.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, we're back.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, keep going.
Or we never left. One or the other.
Yeah.
Whether you get to see a little behind the curtain or you're back with us now for the news.
Congrats.
Yeah. Hey, we're here. We're all here.
Give me the go ahead.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Dave, why don't you hit it? Go ahead, buddy.
Bachelor in Paradise contestant forced to quit after going 10 days without pooping. Yeah, it got to the point where even the titular bachelor of the show actually thought they should cancel the rest of the season, stating, "You mean to tell me all these other women were pooping in the house we share?"
It's way different on
I
Golden
have so many questions. Why wasn't she pooping?
That is the one question.
Not enough bran in that house.
Yeah.
The Golden Bachelor had plenty of brands and prune.
Yeah,
in the,
that's
in the
right.
cabinet.
My mom,
You do not want to see. You do not want to see the rose.
my mom hates the Golden Bachelor. Every time it would come on, she'd be like, "Ugh." And I'm like, "Why do you hate it so much?" And she's like, "They're old enough to know better." Which is so funny. I'm like,
Hey,
That
everybody.
is
If you're
funny.
not seeing Megan or Dan right now, it's probably because
Good.
kicked out. Yeah.
we're not here anymore.
They actually.
Yeah, ooh.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll do some magic behind the scenes, but keep going. You're up, Dan.
Okie dokie. Florida man found guilty of murdering wife after she refused to go on home renovation TV show, or as he called it, an extreme makeover.
All right. Good. Got the thumbs up. Former MLB pitcher accused of murder and attempted murder in 2021 shooting of in-laws. This is a very strange case, as it isn't usual for a pitcher to be thrown into the bullpen in the middle of a 1-1 count.
Okay, here's one. I need a little moving room here in a second. We can't see Dan over here. You're fixing this? Okay. Law firm rescinds job offers to Harvard students who signed letters blaming Israel for the Gaza attack. And these poor kids, they're suspected anti-Semites. They fucked up their entire college career and they can't find a good job, meaning their only option is to start a comedy podcast with a guy named Dan. You know what I mean? Hey,
What's up, Dan?
hey, we got him.
Roast,
We
roast,
got
roast.
him.
Let's keep it going.
I don't stand with anyone. What? Okay, a museum in Paris has come under fire for a wax figure of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. People were concerned that the figure appeared too light-skinned, and those concerns were confirmed when the wax statue commanded a higher salary to appear in a movie with Kevin Hart.
I love the headlines on that where it's just like, he asked politely, "Could you fix it?" And I'm like, I don't think he asked. There's no way.
No, I don't think he was polite. I think he called someone a jabroni and
Yeah.
arched his eyebrow. Alec Baldwin to be recharged with involuntary manslaughter in Rust shooting. And isn't it just like an old washed up actor to start an uninspired sequel to his murder trial?
All right, and finally, Panera faces lawsuit over charged lemonade energy drink after 21-year-old's death. Panera hopes that they can settle by offering to foot the bill for his funeral, which also gives them the opportunity to debut their brand new bread coffin.
Let me find it. Here we go. Oh, wait, hold on. I'll find my last joke, I promise. Here we go. And finally, convicted Fugees rapper Pras Michelle's lawyer used AI to draft bungling closing argument. And with a screw up like that for a star like the Fugees, his lawyer's going to have to start billing him softly.
I just love that you started it with convicted Fugees rapper. He's not convicted of a crime.
I know.
He's just not Wyclef.
That
or
is hilarious.
Lauryn
I
Hill.
didn't even parse that. I just write the story as I read it, but that is funny, right?
Oh,
You
I
have been
thought it-
convicted of being in the
Yeah.
Fugees.
Can't get away from it now. I know how hard you've tried.
Yeah.
One
I
time.
thought I could just get it started, you know?
Thanks, Dan.
All right.
Got a superstar. Sorry.
There we
That is press.
go. All right. Well, that's
Well,
the
let's get some
news.
plugs. So yeah.
Yeah, do we have
can-
our guests on? Do we have them on the camera for our plugs? Okay, cool. No, that's okay. They have not died. They are still here.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Let's go with the plugs. Dan, do you have anything coming up? Stu?
Yeah, I have Feel Feelings every Monday, and Blanket and Covers comes out every other Wednesday. and we didn't really talk about that one.
Whose covers do we got coming up?
The next one coming out, we just did Blown in the Wind. So a bunch of covers of Blown in the Wind, which is a very long episode because hundreds of people have tried covering Bob Dylan and most of them poorly.
Oh yeah.
But the episode is full of all the good ones.
And it's just so they know, it's a podcast about covers, right? About
yeah. So we
covers?
pick a song or a band, and then the whole episode is about that one specific thing that we picked.
Yeah.
Cool.
I did a David Bowie episode.
Oh, nice.
Guess which decade most of my covers came from?
It's 2010s.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Francis Bean was alive when. But yeah, and then we have the Schoolhouse Rock Rocks compilation that it was all bands Dave would love. Doing Schoolhouse Rock.
Right.
Covers. That's the next episode we have coming out. So.
That's cool.
Have you done an Ann Wilson episode yet?
No.
I fell down an Ann Wilson rabbit hole of covers the other night.
Does she have a lot?
Yeah,
got
I mean,
great
like a lot of
voice.
live. Yeah, it almost hurt. Her Black Hole Sun with Jerry Cantrell almost made me tear up, but then I remembered I don't do that.
That means he sobbed when he
Yeah,
heard it in
100%.
real life.
Yeah.
Almost made him slightly tear up. He was actually just
Held himself.
I missed.
he glows a little.
Yeah.
And yeah, the end of year rank bank.
Yeah, that is going to have to come at this point now. We've spoken into
obvious.
existence, right? There.
I sit through 3.5-hour movies to talk about them.
And rank
Right.
them and tell you
Which I
what
loved.
order.
I sit through 3.5-hour movies to put them at like 20, so I don't have to talk about them.
I'll cover it. I'll cover
Yeah,
it.
I'm sure it'll come up.
All right. And where can they people find you online?
Oh, Danny_Getz on everything. It's the same everywhere.
Okay. And that's GETZ.
GETZ,
That's
the right way.
Debatable.
And Meg, what do you have coming up?
Yeah, I have Ghosted coming up in Philly a week from today. It is at Case Comedy in West Philly, Abyssinia Bar. It's gonna be really fun and spooky. I'm wearing costume. It's not required, but you can if you want to go.
Cool.
Pay what you wish. 7:30. Come out. Other than that, Real Chills drops every Thursday. You can find more information on Instagram at Real Chills Podcast. If you want to see other shows that I'm doing, you can find me at Meg Getz Money. Get spelled the right way, GOETZ.
Ha ha ha. So funny.
And Dave, you have no naming issues with anybody currently. What do you have coming up?
Let's see. There's the PJ Wellahan's November 2nd show. I avoided that place for my high school reunion, but I'm fucking charging.
Oh, what a terrible place for a high school reunion.
I know, and it was literally a 5-minute walk from where I lived at the time, and I still didn't go.
Great place for a show, though.
But yeah, it's that particular. There's 3 PJs near me. That's one has like a stage and everything.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a Shayna Horton's on there.
Oh, yeah?
Horton, what the fuck? Where she's gonna be on our show? I'll get her name.
You'll
right
get her
there
name
then.
right before that.
Yeah, she's fucking hilarious.
She's a crank.
Eddie Gallagher's hosting.
Freaking-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Anna. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Anna's great. Anna's really great.
So fun.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
For now.
All right.
I got
that-
other shit, but when it's closing.
Well, you'll plug it. We do this weekly. You don't have to plug
Yeah,
anything that comes out. They have to plug things in the future.
Are
We
you guys
don't.
wearing costumes next week?
Oh, that's a good idea.
You have
Yeah.
to
All right.
beat
I'll-
each other.
I'll watch. I'll actually watch
Okay.
it if you guys dress
All right.
up.
We're gonna do it. You better watch. I'll dress. I'll dress up. I can't speak for my.
I don't know if I have
co-host.
the hat budget.
But I will come. I will come in a costume next week. And I will be. Where am I at? Oh, I'm at Wisecrackers all weekend at the Mohegan Sun Casino. Meg, I know you've done that show
It's so
before.
fun.
I love it. I love Nick. The
Love
booker
Nick.
is amazing. He's one of the best people in comedy. That'll be at the Mohegan Sun in Wilkes-Barre. Am I saying that right? Is it Wilkes-Barre? I have no fucking idea how words are pronounced
They're
anymore.
all correct.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. So is Kraken. No, I'm just kidding. And I am. That's it. That's all I'm doing. That's where you can catch me this weekend, and then I'll plug the rest of my shit in some kind of weird
Yeah.
costume next week. Neil, do you have anything?
Yeah, you can check me out at IamNeilWood.com or James Wood Art. Go to those spots. You can check out all the other podcasts on the network at DropTent.com, and you can check out more from them on their page as well.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah. And join us next week for our Halloween episode where we have the guest that requires no mask, Steve Kane.
We'll just color shift a little bit,
Yeah.
and we'll have a very spooky episode. Guys, have a happy weekend and happy Halloween. We will see you next week. Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of DropTent Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to DropTent.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see DropTent on. We appreciate it. Go to DropTent.com now.
This has been a DropTent Media production.